Good morning to all of you. Thank you for coming. I'm kind of nervous because I'm not a prof. I am a parent here today. I am a parent of 3 children, and I have been parenting for the last more than 20 years. And I want to introduce you to a member of my family who is absolutely relevant to today's conversation on digital parenting. And this person is my son. He is my youngest, and he is 21 years old. He is relevant because he is a gamer. He has been a gamer since 9 years old. And among the many things that I do in Touch, I look after Touch Cyber Wellness, the program that we are talking about. And when he was 9 years old, I got a call from the school. The teacher called me and said, Mrs. Loh, we have this wonderful program for boys who play games, and it is organized and done in school by Touch Cyber Wellness. We think so-and-so needs to attend this class. And I said, yes, please send my son to the class by Touch Cyber Wellness, because he and a group of boys, they were gaming in school. And then I never showed up again for Meet the Parents session. I sent the husband. But this is exactly my point. This is a very real and very personal topic for many of us who are raising children at home. And it is my privilege today to be able to share with you the results, the insights of the survey that we did together with the Media Literacy Council and Ipsos. Hopefully this presentation will give you some idea about what to look out for as you continue on this journey. So how is parenting different now and then? I've been a parent for more than 20 years. I think fundamental roles of parenting don't change very much. We are still the provider, we are still the protector. Sometimes we teach, sometimes we mentor the children at home. But the digital age has made it a bit different. Now we have to do all these traditional roles in the digital space. And the digital space is very different from the real world. So we cannot do the same things in 2 different spheres. And for us, the online and the offline activities that our child are engaged in are very different. We need to learn new things in order to parent effectively in the digital age. And so parental mediation is very important in facilitating the interactions between parent and children. And this is what Touch Cyber Wellness does. Established in 2001, Touch Cyber Wellness is Singapore's pioneer and leading non-profit agency advocating for cyber wellness and new media literacy for children, teenagers, parents, and educators. Every year, we reach out to about 80,000 individuals. Our staff, they are equipped with the latest knowledge and the trends related to cyber wellness, and we offer a suite of validated programs to the community. Our approach is very collaborative. We seek to work with partners in the cyber wellness space to build digitally ready families. And how do you tell that a family is digitally ready? There are cyber wellness knowledge, skills, attitudes that we can teach, we can share with parents, we can produce resources to support your journey in the family as you build a new family culture that surrounds the use of technology at home. And Natalie and Audrey emphasized a few times on relationship. And this is a very key thing, ironically, when technology is concerned. Relationship and technology cannot be discussed apart from each other. I was sharing with Audrey that in Touch Cyber Wellness, we have an approach called the digital social approach, where we use the digital hardware, the digital assets of the family to help them to build their social relationship. Technology should not break families, they build families, and that is our end game. So we hope that every family who come to us will become digitally ready in their own time, at their own pace. And for us, we believe in designing evidence-informed programs, and we conduct data-informed research to guide us as we produce and update our content and research continuously. And so that's for Touch Cyber Wellness and what we do in this space. For this study that we have done, just to give you a little bit of the background, back in June 2001, Touch Cyber Wellness, we conducted our own poll to better understand parent-child communication and how we can help parents to communicate better. And we took this set of questions in 2021, we shared it with the Media Literacy Council, and together with MLC and with Ipsos, we designed another set of survey questions. And the survey question that we designed was to help to equip parents for effective digital parenting in the face of increasing online risk, which Natalie also mentioned earlier. And this survey was done in 2022, April to May 2022. So this survey is an online survey, self-administered in English. And we collected the data from 14 April to 12 May 2022. The sample size were 300 pairs of parent plus child. And out of these 300 pairs, we had 4 categories: lower primary children, upper primary children, lower secondary, upper secondary children, meaning the parents had children in these 4 categories, and there were 75 pairs in each of them. So total 300 pairs of parent and child participated in this survey. All the children are current students in school. What did we want to understand from this survey? There were 3 things that we were trying to understand from this survey. The first one is parents' awareness towards children's digital usage. Do you know what your children are doing online? And the second thing, parents' awareness and attitude towards online risk. For this survey, the online risk that we were looking at specifically was social media abuse and online sexual activities. And the second thing we wanted to understand was what is the parents' approach to online risk after knowing it? And what do the children think of themselves being involved or being at risk online? And thirdly, the parents' digital literacy level. How does it correspond with the child's digital well-being? And what kind of support do parents need? So these were the 3 things that we were trying to understand from the survey. So let me plow through the results for you. The first one, parents' awareness towards children's digital usage. This is for time spent online. 7 in 10 parents believe that they are aware of what their children's online activities are. This is especially so among parents with lower primary children. They are most aware about activities related to video streaming and gaming. However, they are least aware regarding activities on social networks and e-commerce sites. So they know some, they don't know some. Generally, parents' perception is quite close to the child's reported activities. However, the confidence in their awareness levels drop as the child grows older. What about parents' awareness and attitudes towards online risk? Parents self-reported a good level of awareness towards online risk. However, less than half of them are aware of risks related to the last 3. That means exposure to sexting behaviors, meeting up physically with online strangers, receiving public shaming, hate comments. These 3 are parents are least aware, and more information about these 3 activities need to be shared with parents. So we felt that not all parents are well informed on, nor are they actively addressing online risks that their kids might face. This is an interesting slide because it talks about what the children are doing and what the parents think they're doing. There is a gap between these 2 factors. If you look at the green box, chatting with strangers online, the green box, 48%, that means children actually chatted with strangers online. But only 33% of parents think that they will chat with strangers online. The gap is 15%. Same for receiving public shaming and hate comments. 38% have actually received such comments, but parents, only 25% feels that they will actually receive such comments. Another gap of 13%. Meeting up physically with online strangers, this is what I worry the most. 30% actually have met up with online strangers, or strangers they met online. But for parents, only 15% feels that that will actually happen. And the gap is 15%. Okay, so let that sink in a bit. Parents tend to underestimate the possibilities of their children's exposure online. Some are overconfident that they are in control. We need to raise awareness of online risks and the reality of exposure to these risks. We need to support parents in mitigating online risks that their children may face. So, assuming parents already know that this happens, what is my approach? What do I do about it? There are generally 5 things that parents can do. The first one, education. You can educate, you can track, you can restrict. There is a praise. You can praise your child for doing what is right. You can punish your child for doing what is right. 84% overwhelmingly believe that education is key to mitigating children's online risk, which is actually not wrong, which is good, because they all believe that there is something that they can do about it. However, we all know that education is closely linked to communication with the child, the relationship that you have with the child. And this chart shows you how parenting style moves with the age. Lower primary, lower secondary, upper secondary. Parenting style changes when they are young, from control to monitor, and then to encourage, and then to educate. And so helping parents to help their children manage online risk needs to take a life course approach. You need to start from 0 years old all the way to your child as a teenager. Every stage of the child's development is different, and it requires a different set of parenting approach. Oh, okay. Let me highlight this one. This is interesting because when we look at the stats and then we realize, parents don't praise so much. Is it the Asian family? And parents also don't punish so much across all the age group. And this is in the context of device use. So later on, when you attend the workshop that we are conducting, we want to encourage you to teach, to praise your child when your child does correctly. And then to punish your child within reasonable boundaries, to teach consequential thinking. And it is very critical that the child understands consequences if we want to build a person to navigate the online space safely. So this one, if you drop by later at the workshop, we will share more with you. And as the parent continues to work on the relationship with the child, what is the number one challenge that they face? The number one challenge that parents face is getting the child to share about their online activities and to listen to their advice. That means they can't get the child to talk, and then when they talk, the child doesn't want to listen. It's double whammy, right? And this has been something that we have observed on the ground with the families that we consult with, we counsel. Family after family, this is the number one challenge that parents face. And the stats confirm our observation. So what do we do here? We really need to help parents to build relationship. And I echo what Natalie and Audrey shared about relationship building in this piece of work. Parents need to know that you have a lifelong relationship with your children. How do you best use that so that your child can be kept safe and resilient online? The stats also showed that among teenagers, the lower secondary, upper secondary, we all know that that is the transition life stage that is most challenging for most parents. So that is the part that we have devoted quite a bit of resources to, and we can share more at the workshop later, and you can ask any questions that you may have. Now, the interesting part, what are the children thinking? Okay, the children's attitude towards online risk mitigation, specific to social media abuse and online sexual activities. About 78% of children, they know and they understand that parents are worried about them. They know. But 60% of them, 60% of children, they claim to know how to deal with social media abuse. And 55% claim that they know how to deal with online sexual activities. So they are confident users. But should we believe them? However, this slide gives some hope. If you look at this percentage, 22% actually responded to online strangers. They actually did, 22%. However, when they need help, about 43% would go to parents and tell the parents about it and seek help. And here you will see, we blocked out, parents is here, but you will see the other baskets. I told my friends, I told my teachers. So parents, friends, teachers all play an important role, but primarily for the children, somehow they are still going back to their parents from the sample that we had. And this indicates to us that it is important to continuously engage parents to teach them how to handle some of this online risks that their children may bring to them. And for parents' digital literacy level and perceived support for parents, what we found was simply the parents with lower digital literacy levels require more support in identifying and tackling online risks with age-appropriate and easy-to-use resources. Essentially, if the parent has got higher digital literacy, the child correspondingly has higher digital literacy, and you get lesser of a challenging situation at home. And that's what we're trying to do in our educational effort, to up the level of digital literacy for all parents so that they can communicate and build a different way of using technology at home with their children. So in summary, for the first question on parents' awareness about digital usage and online risks, what we found is we need to raise awareness of online risks and the reality of exposure to this risk. We need to support parents in mitigating online risks that their children may face. And second, for parents' approach to online risks and the children's attitude and perception towards online risk, we need more programs to help parents build relationship with their children so that they can talk about this risk, so that they can help their children with this risk. And for parents' digital literacy level and perceived support, Parents with lower digital literacy support, we highly recommend that we customize the resources so that they can manage the challenges of online risk with age-appropriate and easy-to-use materials at home. And with that, I have come to the end of the insights of the survey. That's simple for you, I hope. We took the report and then we filtered and we filtered and we filtered to these few points because we want you to take away key understanding of what we are looking at now. Our children are doing something, but we think that they're doing something else. We need to mitigate that. And so, in short, I come back to this slide. For families to become digitally ready, we continue to work in a collaborative environment. And with the new pieces of work that we hear coming up from the universities, from the agencies, from the ministry, we are hopeful. I was asked this question about 2 weeks ago. What's my take about the way forward for digital parenting? And personally, I am optimistic. I am optimistic and hopeful because parents are still coming to us to seek help, to seek advice, to seek out resources that they can use at home. And so I feel that this is a journey that will not end very soon. It will continue. And we need to develop new skills to navigate this, to keep our children safe and resilient online. With that, I thank you.